Here we go. 11 part 1 is x is smaller than 2x minus 3, less than or equal to 1. Can anybody in the class tell me why can't I not just cross multiply that up and put it up here? Like so. Don't know if it's positive or negative. So, to avoid this happening, I need to multiply by a guaranteed positive number on both sides. What guaranteed positive number should I use? The square of the denominator. So I'm going to use 2x minus 3 squared on both sides. The fact that this is guaranteed to be positive means that the inequality sign is not affected. Now, one of these, you can cancel one of the 2x minus 3's, because one of them here will cancel with that one there. And then we're going to get 2x squared minus 3x less than or equal to, just square out 2x minus 3 by 2x minus 3. And so what do we get there? We get a 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Everybody cool with that? I can see why this one caused you a hassle. So what I can do is I can move it over to one side. And it's 2x squared minus 4x squared minus 3x plus 12x minus 9, is it? Less than 0. I don't go messing around with the structure of it just yet. So what we're going to do is minus 2x squared. What's it? Plus 9x minus 9. Did anybody get that? Alright. What type of graph is that? It's an N-shaper, isn't it? And so I'm going to have an N-shaper. And I don't know what way it's going to cross the axis. It's going to be somewhere along these region in here, right? I'm going to figure out where to cross the axis first, right? I'll do it your way. Multiply both sides by minus, but remember, you're just solving it, so you're not affecting whether it's U-shaped or N-shaped, alright? You're just solving it. So it's going to be 2x squared minus 9x plus 9. Everybody cool with that? 2x and x. And what do we do in here? Anybody got the factors? 3 and 3, is it? Yeah. See it now. Minus 3 and minus 3. Is that right, you guys? And the two answers will be x equals 3 or 2x equals 3, which means x equals 1.5 or 3 over 2. Alright. So if I was to draw this graph properly, what do I need to do with my my line here? Need to move it this way, don't I? And then I have my 2 points. I have 3 over 2 and 3. Now nextly, what part am I looking for? Am I looking for the blue part, or am I looking for the 2 yellow parts? Look at the inequality. That's the N-shaped equation, and that's the inequality you start off with. So I'm looking for yellow or blue? Yellow, because it's below the 0 axis. It's below the x equals 0 axis, okay? So it's going to be, the two answers are going to be x less than 3 over 2 or x bigger than 3. Alright, I'll pause it here. Any questions? Just quickly inspecting over my question. I had a greater than or equal sign at the start, and then I lost it. So just, if you ever happen to see an exam, you don't have to think too much. You just go all the way down, and then just do that, and you're sorted. So, huh? Can't be 3 over 2. Oh, nice, because it bans 3 over 2. So you're not allowed to be 3 over 2. So you actually have to have one of them as less than, and the other one as greater than or equal to 3. Good job. Well done, Hemmings. Now, alright, let's have a look at this one. Conal, how'd you do part 3? So it's x minus 5 over x minus 1. So what you do?
I took x minus 1 and squared it.
Yeah. And then you do the same on the other side, yeah. Two of them cancel, don't they? Now what do you get when you multiply x minus 5 by x minus 1?
X squared minus 6x plus 5.
Yeah. And then when you multiply x minus 1 by x minus 1?
I got 3 multiplied by x squared minus 2x.
Yeah. And when you multiply it out?
3x squared minus 6x.
Now, I'm going to show you what Alex was talking about earlier. Okay? You can do it whatever way you want. Now, okay, see this here, yeah? Now, I could technically spin that, couldn't I? What does spinning it mean? If 6 is bigger than 5, 5 is smaller than 6. I was about to get an end shaper, wasn't I? When I moved the 3x squared to the left, I was about to get an end shaper, wasn't I? What happens if I spun that the other way around? And presented it like this instead. Have I done anything wrong? No, I just did what this is. I did exactly the same thing. There's nothing wrong with it. Right? Then I bring it over, and instead of getting an end shaper, I'm about to get a U shaper, and you'll find that the U shaper and the end shaper actually give you the same result, provided you do it properly. That's 2x squared, and then it's going to be 6x is cancelled, don't they? What's that leave? Minus 2 when you bring it over to 5, greater than equal to 0. And then you're going to solve that equal to 0. It's a U-shaped graph. So it's going to be 2 into x squared minus 1, which is going to be 2 times x plus 1, x minus 1. And then you're going to say x equals minus 1 and x equals 1. There's your thing there. Minus 1 and 1. Which part am I looking for? That's it there, isn't it? So greater than, yeah? So this part here and this part here. So what are the two answers? Oh, and is anything banned? You're not allowed to have x equals 1. You're not allowed it. So I'm allowed minus 1, so it's less than or equal to minus 1. But then it has to be greater than 1 because I'm not allowed that part. Alright, everybody cool with that? Okay, let's keep going. Good. Does anybody need to do 12 part 2? I think it's pretty much the same stuff. I can do it though. I'll do it quickly. Alright. 12 part 2 really quickly. 2x minus 3 over x minus 5 by x minus 5 squared. And it's going to be greater than 3 over 2 x minus 5 squared. Alright, really quickly. What's 2x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 5? Somebody call out the answer. Fred. What you got? Yeah. Minus 13x plus 15. Right. X minus 5 squared is x squared minus 10x plus 25. We're going to multiply that by 3. And we're going to get 3x squared minus 30x. Oh god, I was about to mess that up. 3x squared minus 30x squared. Oh, sorry, 30x. Yeah, don't mind the 2 for a minute. Remember, fractions are evil. Now, am I allowed to cross multiply by 2? Why? It's a positive number, so it's okay. Just multiply the other side by 2. Do not deal with fractions. Awful people. Now, okay. 4x squared take away 3x squared as well. Did not mean to do that. 4x squared take away 3x squared, anybody? Well, x squared, yeah. Minus 26x plus 30. 4x What's that? Minus 45. Ah, yeah, that's grand. U-shaper, that needs to be smaller than 0, yeah? U-shaper, smaller than 0. And you get x plus 9, x minus 5. And you get x equals minus 9, x equals 5. So I'm with that. And we want the underneath part. Is there anything on the band list? If you reread the question, is there any numbers we're not allowed to have? We're not allowed to have x equals 5. So x equals 5 is not allowed. So let's find out. So, the in-between, yeah? Minus 9 is allowed. Oh, sorry. It's less than anyway, so you're not allowed it anyway. Less than x. Less than 5. Okay? Alright, let's move on to 15, so. Alright, 15. The path of the ball is given by this expression here, where it represents time. Find the range of values for t which satisfy each of the following inequalities. Ft is less than or equal to 4, no bother. Minus 11. Oh, no, you don't. Oh. Alrighty. So, now, minus 11, excuse me guys, plus 13t minus 2t squared less than or equal to 4. Everybody cool with that? Bring the 4 over to the other side and what do we get? Minus 2t squared plus 13t minus 15 less than or equal to 0. You can do the n-shaped curve if you want, or you can multiply by minus 1 and do the u-shaped curve, whatever you really want. I'll just do the n-shaper for the time being. Now I'm going to solve it. When I solve it, I'll multiply both sides by minus. Just equal to 0, I suppose. Actually, do you know what? I'll show you both solutions side by side just to show you why they work out to be the same thing. It'd be a good exercise. Now, what do we get here? 2t and minus 5 over here and minus 3 here. Now we put equal to 0 at this point. And now we have t equals 5 or t equals 3 over 2. Now, if I did the n-shaper, so just do them. 2, 2. Now, if it's the n-shaper, it crosses at 3 over 2 and 5. If it's the u-shaper, it crosses at 3 over 2 and 5 as well. Now, the difference is, when you look at the u-shaped graph wants it to be bigger than 0. So that'll be these two regions here. The n-shape wants it to be smaller than 0, which would be these two regions here. And see the way they sort of match each other x-wise? So that means you don't really have to worry about that. So it's going to be x smaller than, what's it, 3 over 2 and 5. So x smaller than or equal to 3 over 2. And x bigger than or equal to 5. Is that alright? Now, I'm going to do exactly the same question again. Except this time it's not going to be 4, it's going to be 7. Everybody cool with that? Is it just part 3 you want me to do? Realistically, part 2 is the same, isn't it? What? Alright, well, yeah, I'll go through it then. Alright, let's grab the same thing here. Except this time it's the 7, isn't it? And then bring the 7 over here so you get minus 2t squared plus 13t minus 18 Then we get 2t squared minus 13t plus 18. What factors are we going to use this time? Huh? That one there? Really? Oh yeah. Alright. I'll just use the t equals 4/5 and t equals 2. Does it say t has to be whole? No. Well then, deduce is no different than solve really. 4/5 and 2. So it's got, yes. Sign's the wrong way? Did I not reverse it? Oh, bigger than, is it? Sorry, my fault. Thanks, Alex. So at the very beginning, it was bigger than or equal to 7. Then it's still bigger than. Then I multiply both sides by minus. And it's less than or equal to 0. Now, I'm going to use the U-shaped graph. The U-shaped graph is this one here. That's the U-shaped graph there. And when I do that, what we're going to get, that's it, 4/5 and 2, is it? Wait a sec, lads. Won't go for another 2 minutes anyway. 4/5 and 2. And we have to be smaller than or equal to 0, so that's the in-between points, isn't it? It's the in-between values. So 4/5 less than or equal to t, less than or equal to 2. So any questions we haven't done in this exercise? Alright, that's for tonight. 16 to 20. That's 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.